That hurt.
Hey, and welcome back to the Straight Red Card. I'm going to be flying solo today as I'm covering Chicago Fire's U.S. Open Cup match, something that Derek was not really too intrigued to watch as he's not a Chicago Fire fan. Makes sense. He had other things he was watching today. Well, it was a good day for us. We'll go into that in just a little bit, but I did want to cover some of the U.S. Open Cup matches, especially the MLS Next Pro games. Seeing how we covered the U.S. Open Cup debacle for a number of weeks, I figured that we might as well cover it as detailed as possible to an extent. Not going to sit here and watch every game possible, but I will watch all the Chicago games while they're in it. And I will watch the Indy 11 games too when they come in. Indy 11's joining in at the third round, I believe. So as far as MLS Next Pro matches so far in the U.S. Open Cup, there's been 6 games played to date. Now, of course, you guys will be watching this on Thursday, most likely, and there are another 5 on Thursday. But so far, Chattanooga lost to Miami United 0-1. Austin 2 lost to Furrow. I think it's Furrow. In PKs. The Timbers 2 team lost to El Farolito 1-2. Apparently, Timbers had a red card, so that spelled doom for them. But it's not all doom and gloom for Next Pro because the New York Red Bulls beat Hudson Valley Hammers 5-1. Minnesota beat Chicago House 3-0. And Chicago beat Chicago City 6-0. So, like I said, there's going to be 5 more matches coming on Thursday. And then on Friday, USSF is going to host a random draw for the same teams that played in the first round to see who's going to be playing against each other in the second round. No new teams are going to be introduced. All the new teams are coming in the third round and above. So it's the same teams. They're just going to whittle themselves down in half to compete with USL League One, USL Championship, and MLS teams that come into the schedule. So again, that's on Friday. So let's talk about the game. Chicago Fire 2 team, and this was a 2 team that had a smattering of academy players, the actual two team players, and then a couple of first team players. Spencer Ritchie and Omsberg are the 2 that stick out in mind as far as first team players, and there are a couple of players who were homegrown that could have been playing there, but a lot of the players that were made available for this match did not participate in this match for the first team. So I came to this match not knowing exactly what to expect. Chicago has not had the best track record in the past handful of years in U.S. Open Cup. Losing to semi-pro teams is not out of their wheelhouse by any means. Chicago City SC, just to give a little background on them, they are a USL 2 team, so League 2 team, so they are semi-pro, and it showed today. They actually were first place in the Heartland Division with a record of 11 wins, 1 loss, and 0 draws last season. So it's not like they were scrubs of the semi-pro league by any means, but as we found throughout the match, what ended up happening is that the game wore them down, and Chicago had much better endurance in the entire match itself. So now that we covered that team, the Chicago absolutely destroyed City, hands down. Possession was ridiculous. In the first half, they had something like 75% possession. They had 12 shots, 5 of which were on goal. Second half, I really didn't look at the stats because at that point, City didn't have much venom. At that, they had a couple opportunities in the first half, but nothing really in the second half until the very, very end. They had one chance at right before the whistle was blown. But aside from that, there's not a whole lot to glean from this match for Chicago because it was so one-sided. I mean, the one promising aspect of this game is that it was a very young squad. The overall age of this squad was something like 20 years old. They had Vitaly Hulyut. He's a 15-year-old academy player. There's a 16-year-old academy player, and Giovanni Granda. The other ones, there's an 18-year-old, some 20-year-olds, 21-year-olds, occasional 23 and 24. Of course, Spencer and Richie and Omsberg are the two old fogies on the team, and they really screwed up that age, that average age, even though it was only 20 years old for the average age for this team. So that was one nice thing to see, is that we gave a lot of youngsters a chance. We didn't just necessarily come into this match with our reserves of our first team per se. Now they're going to be available moving forward, of course. So as Fire progress, if we keep moving further and further into the tournament like that, I would wager we're probably going to see less and less of these younger kids and probably more of the Chicago Fire bench. But that's future us. That's for future us. Like I said, there were 6 goals today, and technically speaking, they were scored by 6 different people. First goal was an own goal caused by an early cross by Giovanni Granda. He also got another goal before the half, and he got subbed. Solid first half for him. David Pareba had 1 goal, 1 assist. Michael Nisi had 1 goal, 1 assist. Harold Osorio had 1 goal, and Vitaly Hulyat, the 15-year-old, also had a late goal. Yeah, basically the goal scorers were my standouts. You had a 15-year-old, a 16-year-old, 18-year-old, 20, and 21, and they were by far the best players on the pitch. I thought Osorio was solid in the midfield, controlling most of the match. We were dangerous on the wings. We had Hulyat was playing left wing, Nisi on the right. Pereira was in the center as well, and Grande was our right back for the first half, like I said. We flat out dominated. There's not much to take here. We'll see what happens in the next who we get in the next one. I mean, there's still a bunch of city pros. There's still a couple of MLS Next pros, so who knows who Chicago's going to have. But it was a fun game to watch. It was incredibly one-sided. But hey, guys, if you haven't already, make sure you go down below, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell so that you get notified every time we post one of these videos out there. We're not just doing live videos anymore. We are actually posting videos. We're trying to get our sub count up. We're trying to get more eyes on our show, and trying to grow this channel as a whole. Make sure you make sure you comment down below, because all that helps out the algorithm, gets more eyes on our videos. And I will see you guys later. Thanks.
That hurt.